Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle and you are watching Farm Girl Dry Goods. I want to start by saying thank you for all the kind comments on my last video. It was so good to be back and so good to hear from so many of you again. What I neglected to mention in my last video was that August marked the 9th year of the start of my YouTube channel here. And YouTube has really changed my life for the better. My dearest friends have been a result of starting this channel and the retreats and meeting so many stitchers in person when I had been a closet cross-stitcher for so long. And I just wanted to acknowledge that so many of you have shared a lot of life journeys with me over these 9 years. I cannot believe how long it's been. I remember the first year of my video, we got a puppy, an English setter puppy, our first one, and that was Duke, and he just turned 9 years old. I can't believe it. He's having some back problems and currently seeing a chiropractor. Ivan and Evelyn are also both 9 years old. Their son Fitch is 7, and the love of my life, King Henry the Ninth. That is his registered name. I'll put a picture of him as a puppy, which you may remember, and then him as a year-old. It's one of my favorite pictures. He is either 5 or 6. I think he's 5. He was a COVID puppy, so he's 5. I also wanted to say thank you for all the kind comments of about my eyes and no patch. I actually have no correction in my glasses. These are progressive cheaters because I need the readers and I'm just so accustomed to wearing glasses. So yes, I am glasses free and no longer cross-eyed. I love it. I have an eye condition called strabismus, and actually just a few months before I did my first YouTube channel, I had just had the surgery on both of my eyes, which got me out of glasses for a couple years. Unfortunately, this condition is pretty hard to permanently fix, so I'll probably require a few more surgeries in the future. So I'm still kind of adjusting to that a bit, but I'm so super happy to just need readers now and not the eye strain. So everything is going great. I saw my doctor for a follow-up and he actually says I'm progressing faster and healing better than he expected. So that was all great news. I also wanted to give you an update about the Peace on Earth exclusive from Shakespeare's Peddler that I have available in the shop right now. So the threads have been delayed on that. We have everything else ready to go, and we've actually cut and serged most of the linen, and the threads will be shipping. It's a classic colorworks that we're waiting for. We've received everything else, and it's Colonial Copper holding us up. There are so many releases and retreats that are using that color. Diane is, if she tells me it's going to ship a certain date, she has always shipped it by that date. So she has given me the date of October 27th. I should have it later that week. I actually had to cancel my retreat at Autumn Abundance at the attic so that I could be home to kit your samplers. I didn't want to be seen at a retreat when your kits are still out and not being shipped to you. So I made the commitment to do that, so I am. I am just coming off my own retreat last weekend, and we had just an absolutely fantastic time. So I want to share with you the projects that Tanya and Vicky gave us at the retreat. It was really amazing. They did such a nice job. I'm going to start with Vicky from Needlework Press. And she designed 2 samplers for us. They each did 2 projects, and then they did a joint project. This one is Home for the Holidays. So sweet. So Vicky and I both share a love of paper crafting as well. We definitely have that in common. And they designed a set of ornaments on perforated paper that have little motifs and things from the samplers. They were really sweet. But their primary project that they presented on Friday was Home for the Holidays. And then Vicky did another one, and this one is called Woodland Deer. I have a couple pictures here from the retreat of the actual models. Just so pretty, and I'll put a picture in as well of their ornaments that we received on Saturday. It was just really special. And then Tanya presented us with 2 projects. The first design is Christmas is Coming Pin Keep, and this is adorable. Look at the little Christmas lights at the bottom. I just love it, and I love that it's finished with this tinsel. So cute. And then she also designed Christmas is Coming. Look at these ornaments. They're so pretty. And the verse. So the verse was, she actually wrote it. It's really beautiful. Hang up the stockings and trim out the tree. Christmas is coming and soon you will see days that will be merry and bright with snowflakes falling throughout the night. Isn't that pretty? I think that this is a great companion piece to Sleigh Ride and Snowflakes, and I'm going to go grab that. So this one is Sleigh Rides and Snowflakes, also by Scarlet House. It's one of my absolute favorite pieces. I normally put all of my Christmas samplers away, except for this one. This one hangs downstairs on the wall all year long, and I'm looking forward to stitching this one as well, because I think it's almost not a companion piece, but I just think they'll look great hanging next to each other. So I'm excited to do that. I actually got a small start on it, so Sleigh Rides and Snowflakes. And I did stitch this one on, I believe this is Exemplar from Lakeside Linens. It's very hard. Apparently they are still dying, but it's very hard linen to find. But there are some great alternatives. This one was super fun and super fast. I believe I stitched this one in I think I stitched it in 2020. I did a lot of stitching, as we all did, but I just love it. Let's see. Oh, yes, here it is. 2020 is when I stitched it. Look at me. These are stickers from Kathy Barrick's Christmas stickers collection. And I just, oh, yep, and Vintage Exemplar. And the threads are all the called for. Look at me. Wow, I'm impressing myself right now. I love this. And I just think there are so many things you can do with this one. You can do a little small pin pillow out of this, which I would like to do. It's so adorable. But I don't have much of a start. I started this yesterday and didn't get a lot of stitching time. To be honest, it's hardly worth showing you. I've got the greens to one of the bells at the top. The linen is Mackinac Fudge by Needle and Flax. That's Rachel's linen. It's lovely. Hers is definitely one of my favorites to stitch on. I hadn't used a lot of it until recently, and I really, really enjoy it. And the small pin pillow is also stitched on Mackinac Fudge, and we got some tinsel trim, which is going to be super fun to finish that one. So I'm looking forward to having some quality stitching time to see if I can knock some of this out. So one of my favorite things that I wanted to mention about the retreat was it was super exciting that we had 3 women in. Men are always welcome, by the way, but we primarily see only women. But we had 3 women in their 20s join us this time, and that just made my heart so happy. One of them was my daughter, Madeline, and then there were 2 other young women there, which made me super duper excited. They were both with their moms, but one of the ladies was also with her grandma. So there were 3 generations from one family stitching together. Lots of moms and daughters. We have June, Laura, Leah, and Lindsay. June is mom, and all 3 of her daughters attend, and it's just really wonderful for them to share this passion. So if you have an opportunity, please make sure that you are sharing your love of needlework or any needlecraft that you're doing with someone who's younger so that we can continue these beautiful traditions of needlecrafts. It's so exciting to see young people. Yeah, it just makes my heart really full. My daughter has also recently asked me to teach her to knit. So she is currently knitting a scarf, and that she's going to give to me for Christmas, hopefully. But yeah, so I'm going to be mentoring her in all things needlework. She recently also asked me for a sewing machine, so I think she's going to be a little chip off the old block, which I love. She is really taking to knitting. She's really enjoying that, but she does also cross stitch. I actually taught them. I homeschooled for a few years, but one of the things that I made sure to teach them for our art was I taught them how to knit, I taught them how to cross stitch, and I think that was it. But so my girls and Joshua all know, oh, and we did a lot of cooking and baking. So that was really fun. I miss those days. Yeah, and just happy that they have, you know, something that they could relax to at the end of the day. I also wanted to share just a few gifts that I got, because I got some things that are really special and sweet, and I did not get an opportunity to thank everyone. Part of the retreat is I'm usually running around. I don't get to sit down very much, which I love, and I'm also up and about and chatting with people, and we have a pop-up shop, and I have to manage, you know, make sure everything's coming along with the meals. So I don't get an opportunity to sit much. And what happens during the course of the day, which is just an amazing thing, your spot will just become overflowing with gifts from your table mates. Some people bring something for everyone in the room. Some people bring gifts just for their table, and people are kind enough to bring me things as well. So I just wanted to share with you some of the table gifts. Maybe it'll give you some ideas for stitchy gifts for your friends. It's not too late to get some of these done. Like I said, I don't know where a lot of these came from because they didn't have names on them. But this is super cute, a little scissor fob, and it says creepy on it. And this looks like, this is so cool. It's like square braided. It's very neat. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And it's done with a cotton yarn. So I thought that was super fun. And it's just a little scissor fob. Susan, she gave her table mates this beautiful floss keep. Well, we got to pick them, and this is the one I chose. It was spooktacular. And then just these fun holiday, you know, Halloween-y type threads. That was very lovely. And that is Susan from Keepsakes, who does a lot of the finishing there. She's a beautiful, beautiful finisher. And Stacy brought thread keeps. So these are like little gift tags, and that she turned into thread keeps. She also did these little needle minders, and those are fabric covered buttons with a little candy, and put them in these bags. That was really sweet. I also know that her mom made a bunch of crocheted tomatoes, and I got one. I mean, Stacy's mom got it going on. Had to. But how adorable are these? So Stacy, please thank your mom for me. Beautiful. Such a treat. Then Sherry, I'm trying to remember all of these from memory, so if I get something wrong, I apologize. But I'm sure that Sherry made these because she made me another one a couple years ago. And this is, I don't know what she puts in these, but they're super firm, and it's great because they can house a pair of scissors. There's a little pocket in there. I love these. And this one has this really adorable Halloween fabric. It's got a ghost on the back. So cute. So thank you, Sherry. And let me think. Oh, someone, I don't know who this was either, but made these little Kleenex, you know, just for your purse or retreats, which is lovely. But she also made a little scissor fob for them. Let's see if I can turn that around. It's got little charm on there, a little owl, and she just clipped it on here with a light bulb pin, and it's got a little clasp. So these can be zipper pulls. I end up putting a lot of mine on project bags or on scissors because I have a terrible tendency to lose scissors, and they're a little easier to find when they have these charms on them. So whoever made this one, thank you very much. Kathy made me this beauty, this tomato, and it has, look at the cute little stem. And then she also made the pins. Just beautiful. I just love this so much. So, and I actually have a small collection of tomato pin keeps that I've been gifted, almost all of them, and I love them because I have a whole collection now, and this one is a beauty. So nice. And this is actually it's flannel. It's like a herringbone flannel, and then wool here, the cinnamon stick. I mean, just gorgeous. And it is, I wish you could feel it. It is so densely packed. It's lovely. And then Laura gave this cute little tin as a gift. I'm just thinking about something funny she said. And then it's got a little wool ball, and she made these little pins. Aren't those adorable? So these are, I'm pretty sure these are buttons galore because we carry them, and I love them. They are so charming. So that was super sweet. So that will house my Christmas needles. And I have quite the mess in front of me here. Oh, somebody gave everyone, oh, I know she put her name on. Oh, Barb and Mel. Thank you, Barb and Mel. That was very nice. How cute is that? I'm actually going to keep these up here for little treats for my sewing. So I'm going to put that on my sewing table. Thank you, ladies. And oh, I also have my mug. This is from Laura and Laura, Leah, Lindsay, and June. They always bring me something so special. I just adore them. I'm drinking coffee at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which means I'll probably not sleep tonight. They also, I didn't even notice. I got so excited about this beautiful mug that what I do is I collect all my table gifts at the end of the night, and I have a ritual. We stay at Rawson's Bed and Breakfast, usually, and my friend Donna, Barb was there from Lost and Floss, Denise Goose, Theresa Koget always stays with us, and then I usually have the designers there, and a lot of times Stacy stays with us. This time, I didn't have the opportunity to catch a couple, and actually when I got so excited about this mug and went to go thank them that I missed when I got back, there was a project bag in there too. This is so cute. So thank you, ladies. This is really sweet. And then inside, when I tell you that they are incredibly thoughtful, they are absolutely thoughtful. So they also gifted me with this beautiful ornament, and it says custom made just for you. And look at, there's goats in the barn, and there's a barn quilt. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, let me tell you where this is from. I'm going to open it here. This is HRD Design Company. Layered hardwood ornament, handcrafted in our farm studio. So I'll just let you see that. So if you want to check them out. Laura's very good at finding stuff on Etsy, so I'm guessing it may have been on Etsy. So incredibly thoughtful. I just love this so much. Thank you, ladies. And if that wasn't enough, I got one more gift, and I did not catch who gave this to me, and there was no card inside, and so I didn't have the opportunity to thank them. But this is something else. Okay, first of all, there are some hand knit in my favorite color fingerless gloves. These are so beautiful. Look at, cabled, gorgeous. These are so pretty, and the color is perfection. I love these so much. Madeline tried to take them. I was like, absolutely not. But she loved them too. That wasn't all. There was also this beautiful hand-dyed yarn from, the color is Rob Stark, Game of Thrones, and it's from sheepandhoney.co. So here's the label. And it's Rob Stark. Isn't that beautiful? So beautiful. And that was not all. You guys, I almost died when I saw this. Look at this. Isn't this the cutest? This little crocheted goat with a little bell. Oh, so cute. I would really like to personally thank whoever gave this to me. I'm really touched by it. It's really sweet and beautiful. Just so unexpected and so appreciated. Just adorable. I love it so much. So thank you, whoever gifted that to me. There was no card in the bag, so I didn't have an opportunity to thank them, but I almost died when I opened it. We were all oohing and eyeing and passing this around at our hotel that night. So thank you so much. It's just really, so Stitchers are just so incredibly generous, and to everyone. We're like, you guys are just a really special group of people. I enjoy the retreats so much. They really feed my soul. I'm really looking forward to the next one already. So I also want to tell you about the spring retreat next year. It'll be in beautiful Door County, Wisconsin, in Egg Harbor. And it will be held at the Landmark Resort. It's a beautiful place, and it's right on Green Bay and overlooks the bay, and just phenomenal views. You have your choice of water or wood views. Or if you're local, you don't need to stay at the hotel. I know that there are a couple people local, which is so fun for them. So that one, my guest designer is going to be Theresa Venette. It is going to be somewhat patriotic themed, not in your face or anything, but it is going to be in May. And I believe I'm going to scroll the dates here. I don't remember, but I will put a link down in the description box to the website, and that will have all the details. I just posted that this morning. And again, registration is going to be starting on November 1st at noon. When you make your payment, you will get a registration form that will show up in your email with your confirmation, and you'll just fill that out and send it in. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's such a beautiful venue. And the grounds are beautiful. We were there in the fall last time, and it was phenomenal. And I'm excited to be there in the spring. So something fun we've decided to do in the spring is Theresa is also going to have an optional class and project. So you can sign up if you'd like. And I'm going to have more details for you as the retreat gets closer. It's quite a ways away yet. I really hope you can make it. We had such a great time last year. I'm looking forward to going back. So again, the signups will start on November 1st at noon. So set your clocks. Okay, I'm going to move on to just a little tiny bit of stitching. I really haven't had much opportunity as I was getting ready for retreat. But Brenda's fall releases, so her new releases just came out, and we just put those up for pre-order not too long ago, and I already got a shipping notification, so I should have those charts shipping to you before you even see this video. But this is Quaker Snippets #1. I love that this is going to be a new series. It is absolutely adorable. I used all the called for colors. Now, my Gentle Arts, I did also kit these up. I don't remember what color this was. Oh, it was Toffee. I think it was Toffee by Gentle Arts. I have a really old dye lot, so mine is quite a bit brighter than what you got in your kits, but I didn't notice it until I had already stitched it and I wasn't going to pull it out. I did stitch this, let's see, on the called for linen, which is a 40 count maple bar. I didn't want to dive into a whole fat quarter and take that out of the shop inventory. But honestly, this is the perfect color for it. and I did audition a bunch of other linens, and I didn't want to change any of the thread colors because I typically do when I swap linens, but I didn't want to touch the threads at all, and this linen is perfect for this. So as you can see, it's a small project, and then Chantel from Chantel's 141 designed a board. It's called the Thread Mark board, and I have mine all stained and ready to go. I just need to spend a little time up here this weekend finishing it. I didn't do all the way across to save my ink. Oh, and fun fact, I actually dyed this with a, it does have Brenda's logo on the back as well. I dyed this with a Tim Holtz ink pad, and I did the back as well. You can see I'm going to do another coat on this one because I was running out of juice. I actually dyed it with one of the mini ink pads. So if I give it a second coat, it'll come out like this. I learned that from Nicole Spohr from her card making videos. I don't remember what it was that she was putting together, but I learned that tip from her, that you can use an ink pad to stain your wood products, which is really nice because then you don't have to get out messy dyes, and that was just a super fun tip. So thank you, Nicole. And looking forward to getting that finished this weekend. A couple of years ago, you might remember that I stitched Letters for Santa by Brenda Gervais, and I stitched it on some toweling and made a really adorable lumbar pillow. I have had quite a few emails the past few weeks. I seem to get them every year around this time. So I had enough interest that I put together some kits. I took them to the retreat as well. So these are kits that are coming back with us from the retreat. Once they're gone, they're gone. I'm not going to kit these again because the toweling is getting harder and harder to source. And this is the pillow. And again, the designs are Letters for Santa. I changed all the colors on here, and the kits will have the thread conversion list and the toweling, and you have the option to buy the pattern separately if you still have it. So cute. And I just really enjoy having this out at Christmas. I put a couple of Christmas light charms, and it is a very simple. If you don't have a sewing machine, you can definitely do it all by hand. It also comes with finishing instructions. And if you get stuck, you can always email me, and I have a video tutorial on how to finish it too. And then you just stitch the sides up. It can all be done by hand, but it's this really nice envelope closure. I like mine to be full, so I put an oversized pillow in it. I'm probably going to put a button on here just so it doesn't kind of alligator. Actually, it closes pretty nicely. And I will put the size of the pillow form down here as well. It doesn't have to be exact. If you don't want it this full, use one a little bit smaller. You can also just take a bag of stuffing and some cotton and make one. I know the last time I posted these, they were impossible to find on Amazon very quickly. But I will post a link and see if there's an Amazon link for that. And then I also stitched House of Blues and Browns on blue toweling, and we have a very, very limited number of those kits in the shop for the holidays as well. In my last video, I want to talk about this real quick. I showed a lot of my socks, and I had a lot of questions about the socks. So I want to say I have probably knit about 60 pairs of socks. Gary and I kind of tried to figure out how many I've knit, and I've just recently started knitting them for myself. I used to make a lot for his dad, and I used to make those. He was a 13 shoe, so I knit those with worsted weight. All of mine, I use superwash wool with a little bit of nylon in it. I just find it's way more durable and they last a lot longer. I do not use a pattern. I stitch, so I have a pretty small foot. I wear a size 7.5, and so does Madeline. And then my oldest daughter actually wears a 7. And so knitting for me is very quick. I can usually get them done in 2 days. I do have a recipe that I use. I cast on 64 stitches, and then you can see I don't always do the same heels. Sometimes I do rib, sometimes I don't. And I always do a heel, flap, and gusset. And I do typically about 60 rounds for the leg. These are 60 rounds. These are 45. And you split for the heel, do the heel, flap, and gusset. And then it takes about another 60 for the foot. And actually, I don't always do that. Like, these definitely don't have 60 rounds. It's probably another 45, but they do have stretch. And I intentionally knit these very slouchy, and so they probably have a little bit more give. These were falling leaf fiber, I believe, off of Etsy, a colorway that is a couple years old. But these are super fun, and these have been washed and blocked. Love those. Beautiful fall palette. And these are the ones that I just finished, my latest, and they're actually really damp. I've been wearing them all weekend, so I didn't want to show them to you dirty. So they haven't really dried and fluffed up yet. But these, and they look a little matted right now just because they're wet. But I did do 10 rounds for the cuff, 60 here, and you can see I just did a super simple rib of knit 3, purl 1. So that's that texture, no pattern needed. Then you split for the heel, flap, and gusset. And I always keep half of my needles on one needle for the top, and then my first and third needles hold 16 stitches each. And then I always know where I am, and I don't even have to use a stitch marker. I also saw a lot of comments, people recommending the Crazy Sock Lady tutorial. So she's got great tutorials. She has a tutorial for, and I will link them for you. She has a tutorial for magic loop, double pointed needles, and I think she's got a toe up also on DPNs and magic loop. So if you don't want to wrestle with DPNs, I would encourage you to. It's a skill that is definitely worth learning. The only thing I will say after watching those tutorials is the most helpful thing to me for not getting holes along the gusset here when you pick up. I don't do any hole patching or anything here. And I see so many tutorials recommend picking up a stitch between your stitches when you pick up down the side to knit the gusset. Do not pick up that extra stitch. Just before you split for the heel flap, when you slip that first stitch and knit the next one, just pull that stitch pretty snug. You should not have any gapping. That is my biggest takeaway from all the tutorials I've watched over the years. Do not pick up there. I just knit it snugly there and then continue, and I never have to patch a hole. I am of the opinion that if you put an extra stitch there, you're almost always going to get a hole. That's what causes holes, even if you knit it through the back loop. So if that's mumbo jumbo to you, I apologize. But this is my third pair. I think I was working on these my last video. This is a mustache yarn. They're so fun because you get perfect stripes every time. And this is the colorway Homecoming. They don't always have these on their website, but they do restock. And then this one, same thing. I actually did a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did a knit 6, purl 2 ribbing on this one. It did 10 rounds. You probably wouldn't notice if I didn't point it out, but I didn't realize I did my cuffs differently. So on this one, I did knit 2, purl 2 ribbing. And on this one, I did knit 1, purl 1. These are for me, so it doesn't really make a difference. I did heel flap and gusset again. In this one, I did an Eye of the Partridge heel. So it gives this really cool texture. And this is about 60 rounds for the heel flap and gusset. And they look much larger, but these are because they're wet. They're just wet. And these were Arkansas Yarn Company. And I believe the colorway was it was saltwater tip. I don't know. It was one of their Christmas colorways from many years ago. And then my last pair is also the mustache yarn. And I think this one, I don't remember. I think it's Jingle All the Way or something, but these are so fun. So cute. Not a lick of bleeding when I wash these. And I do wash my socks and I just lay them flat to dry. I always hand wash them as I think it makes them last longer. And I just lay them flat to dry. It takes about 24 hours and it takes 5 minutes to wash them. And I usually just wash them in a big group when they're all dirty. And yeah, I love it. Hand knit socks are a luxury that just nothing else can match. They're so comfortable. They're just dreamy for the feet. So I now have, I think, 10 or 12 pairs of socks, but these will be going into my collection this year. Aren't they beautiful? And for good measure, I've been eyeing this yarn for a long time. This was a special colorway. I think it may have been like a Harry Potter birthday club from Homespun House, and they are based in Germany. And Molly is the dyer and her husband is Robert. And fun fact, Robert actually did all the speckling on this club and he is a master speckler. It is so fun, the colors. And this one is, here's the band, Happy Birthday Hogwarts Yarn Club. So this is no longer available, I don't think, but it's called Happy. This one was the Molly colorway. So that one was really fun. I bought a lot of their yarn and I really enjoy it. And I just have the tiniest start, like the tiniest. I really haven't had time to do much of anything, but it does knit up beautiful. And look at the colors on there. Aren't those pretty? Those are so fun. It's really fun seeing all the speckles come alive in the fabric. And I also refreshed my project bags. I needed some new project bags, so I bought this one, and these all came from Etsy, and I'll put the name of the shop down here, as I'm sure they still have some. Such cute fabrics. This bag has a handle. I also like that it has pockets inside. You can see there are pockets there, just on the one side. But it's really nice to have that so you can put some scissors in there. And then I bought, this was from a separate shop, and this is a beautiful kind of Halloween colorway. And this one is nice because she has this little ring and she includes stitch markers, or I at least received stitch markers with the bags that I purchased, and she also included some extras, which was really, really nice. And then in this bag, I have a hat that I am making for Madeline, and the yarn I'm using is a Malabrigio, and let me tell you, it is this has been so enjoyable to knit. Sometimes the universe and all the stars align and you just have a project that you just kind of ooh and ah over. This is one of those. So this is a Royal, and it is a DK weight. So perfect for a hat. Look at this skein. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just kind of moody autumnal colors. trying not to show you my ugly finger. I'm so over it. And so here I am. I love a stitch marker, and I also have these, I refer to these as my Wyatt needle keeps. So cute. We have a little gray tabby named Wyatt Earp. He's a handful. So I'm to the decreases of the hat, but it's just a super, and this is a free pattern. I think it's by Tin Can Knits. I'll link it below for you. It's a really simple, the whole thing is knit one, purl one. You got to be, you got to be used to purling, or you got to enjoy purling. You could also just do the band in a rib and do the rest in stockinette, and then just work to the decreases. So you do have to have some little stitch markers. I also, a lot of times, will just use these little bulbs, which, so you don't have to have these cute fancy ones, but they sure make a project enjoyable when you get to them. They're so cute. But let me tell you about this yarn. It is amazingly squishy. I brought this to the retreat with me, and everybody was like, oh, that's so nice. And I am also using my Addi Turbo knitters, which I will tell you, they are my favorite. They are more expensive. They are German brand. I've really moved over to using more Chao because I have an interchangeable needle set, and they're just inexpensive. But I dug out the Addis. Also, Chao has a better cable, but these are 16 inch, and I'm not sure. I think these are maybe a US 3. But the Addi Turbo knitters, your yarn just really glides over them. So as I've been knitting, I don't even have to adjust my yarn. I'm to the decreases now, so it's a little snug. But I have just been enjoying this so much because I just knit, and it just slides around my needles. And then the yarn is so beautiful. It's just been a pleasure. I am definitely Rose Yarn Company in Lakeville, and she has finally made the announcement, which she told me a while back, that she is moving and she is expanding. So if you're in Minnesota and you're a knitter, go see Jennifer at Rose Yarn Company. She carries Malabrigio. She carries Knitting for Olive. She has just amazing. I bought these there, and she just has a really, really beautiful, well-curated shop, and she does oodles and oodles of classes. In fact, she sent out an email, and I was going to take one of her classes, and it filled up so fast. So they are having a Malabrigio event this weekend, and I am going to go find a yarn for me to make me a new barn hat. This one is lovely. Also, since the last time I saw you, if I can find a picture, I will post it here, but I no longer have the hat. I've gifted it. It is the Babel hat by, I think it's Donna Smith. There are a lot of copycats on Ravelry, so please purchase it from the designer. It's like $5. It's a very easy color work hat, and it goes very quickly because it uses worsted weight. And I actually gifted mine to Barb, who helps me in the shop, and now I need to knit one for their sisters, so I'm going to have to knit one for Ellie too. Not have to, want to. So I'll get that project done hopefully in the next couple weeks. It's just really a lot easier for me to pull out knitting right now when we were doing retreat prep and all of that. Because, you know, cross stitching, you have to kind of sit and concentrate. And with knitting, I can pull out my knitting anywhere. I also wanted to show you the cutest little case that I picked up. I also got it from Rose Yarn Company from Jennifer's shop. And it's just a simple little case. And I don't know why I'm so obsessed with it, but it's fabulous. So this is from a Canadian company, Fox and Pine Stitches. They do have them. They have an Etsy site, and they do have them there. They're like $24. I think the shipping is a little expensive because they're coming from Canada, but they also carry the stitch stoppers, the little cats that I showed you. And until this, I was keeping all of my charms and things in an Altoid tin, and I didn't have enough room. So this is absolutely perfect. It holds my stitch stoppers and stitch markers, all my charms, and they're divided by the ones that are progress keepers and just rings with stitch markers. And then if I have sets, if I need like multiples for a project, like that hat for decreases, I keep them in here. And then I have all of my little stoppers and things for my interchangeable needles. And I also found they make labels. I think these labels are also Fox and Pine. And they have these all manufactured for their shop, and all the little compartments open individually, and then they close with this magnetic closure. It'd be great for cross-stitching too. You could keep a little pair of scissors, all your needles, needle minders. I just ordered a second one for that purpose, and I got the teal this time, and then my other ones for cross-stitching are blue. They haven't arrived yet. I just ordered them last night. I also wanted to share some of my wool applique with you. Theresa Kogut gave us a little sneak peek. These are some of the benefits when you stay with one of your friends who's a designer. At the retreat, she brought some wool projects that she's going to have available at the Jingle Ball, and they're amazing. I am so excited. If you've watched my channel before, you know I absolutely love wool applique, and I have done quite a bit. I'm lucky enough to have Buttermilk Basin is less than an hour from me. So I just wanted to show you some. I've kitted these up before, and we sold out pretty quickly of them. This is a Buttermilk Basin needle keep, and these are a monthly series. So she's got a number of seasonal needle keeps. They're very fun. When we kit them up, this is another one. So this is January. This is December. This is my next project. But when we kit them all. You can see you get all the wool, and you'll also get the buttons. I hate it when I don't have buttons. And they are handmade buttons from Just Another Button Company. They are not inexpensive, but we like to include them for you. So this is my December needle keep. And you open it up, and it's fabric lined. It's very easy to do. I usually fuse them, and there's a needle. So I'm ready to go. I am going to be doing a tutorial here on YouTube for you if you are interested in wool applique, and I will take you through a project. I know it's a question I get a lot. People asking for me to recommend something. I'm going to show you how I put together wool applique from start to finish. So get out a wool applique project. Make sure you have fusibles. We do carry it. We have bolts of it. We sell it prepackaged, or we sell it by the yard. So I will put both of those down in the description box. The reason why you do not need to have a fusible, but I like a fusible because it gives you nice crisp edges, and sometimes on bigger pieces or on smaller pieces, or if it's a woven wool, I like to use a little fray check as well. So those are some things you can be sourcing. I also think you need a good pair of pointed serrated scissors. My favorites are Karen K. Buckley. I know a lot of people also like the Kai's. Karen K. Buckley's are even better. So I'll put a link down for that. If you don't want to use fusible, you can just use wax paper. And then we'll be going through start to finish how to put a small project like this together, so that if you are taking Theresa Kogut's class, you will be able, or her, if you're going to buy her wool applique and you have an interest and have never done it, we'll walk you through it. I will say her projects are absolutely adorable. and they're very simple. They're large, but they are very easy, and you could get them together in just a few nights. I am so, so excited that she's doing that. I have a tree in my entryway that I have been making wool applique ornaments for. So I wanted to show you some of them that I forgot last time. And they are so adorable. So here's my little Coco gnome. He's so sweet. From start to finish, take me probably 2 days to do. So they're not super fast, but I take my time so that my stitches look neat, and it's just, they're so fun. They're just so fun. And I have all of these available in the shop. This is a little sheep, and he's got a little tag that says Peace on Earth, and they're all just backed in black wool. The buttons will all be in there. You'll just need some thread. And then I have this sweet little reindeer. So cute. And I also try and use, I still have some of Stacy's, her wool when she was designing with Riley Blake. She did a beautiful wool line. So these are a lot of her wools. Just so cute. And then these, and let me show you the candy cane first. So there's my little candy cane. So cute. And then these stockings. And if you have any of her Ornament Extravaganza books, these stockings are in there. I'm trying to think what else is in there. I think just these stockings. But these stockings are all in there. But we have them. All 3 of them come in the kit. So adorable. I actually did make mine into mini stockings. And I backed them with Diamond Textiles. This. So the ones in the kits, actually, they are a little bit different wool. I did these out of my book, and then I kitted them. And these are from my own stash, but I got as close as I could on them. So cute. And then I have this on the back. And then the poinsettia. And then this on the back. These were very, very fun. And then I also have this Santa Mats. Isn't he cute? So I do have buttons included. These are all Just Another Button Company. So I actually got this as a kit at a retreat. And the buttons used would really be expensive. Like, this is over $30 worth of buttons. So I did use a little bit different buttons. I used, to make them more cost effective, I used buttons galore buttons for some of them, except for these red ones are Just Another Button Company. But all the wools are similar. I'm pretty sure I have the same red wool. But he's so cute. I love him so much. And then I thought I'd show you some of my other wool projects. This was an ornament I did years and years ago. This was from an Etsy seller, and I do not recall it was that many years ago. But just this little skate. It was so fun. And you stitch the laces on and some little satin stitches. This was just, and you made a pom-pom. It was really fun. I just really think that's so adorable. So that will hang on my wool tree. And I also have a little Halloween ornament. So cute if you have a Halloween tree. And, oh, we also have some of the Poinsettia needle books. And this is also a buttermilk basin. Love this. And this leaf here is a little pocket for a small pair of scissors. And then this is a little needle keep. And all the trims and the buttons and everything comes with this one as well. So cute. And then the next ones are from the Jingle All the Way book. Let me see if I can find it real quick. So the next projects I'm going to be showing you are out of this book, Jingle All the Way. This one has been reprinted, which is awesome because this is phenomenal. These 3 books are my favorite of all time for wool applique. I love Christmas so much, and these are really interesting, fun, adorable little projects. I've done quite a few out of this book. The ones I'm going to show you are out of this section. They're out of the Sleigh Bells Sewing section, and I have made quite a few of these little sugar plum pin cushions. Let me just show you as we go. Here's one of them, and I've got a few others probably around here somewhere. I have one in a small red check like this, and then one in a larger one. And I've also finished this little pouch, the Jingle Bell pouch, and here's the inside. And I also finished this little Jingle Bell needle keep. I'm dead. They're so cute. I've actually done quite a few out of this book, and I'm currently working on this quilt. And I have all of my blocks cut, and this is the same fabric that she used, and I've traced everything on, and I can just embroider over those. And then you just sew it into a very simple quilt. And here is my Jingle Bell needle keep. It is so adorable. Looks exactly like Debbie's. And then it's got 2 little really fun pieces of wool in there to keep your needles. And I use this really cute herringbone. Yeah, and it's so cute. And then the last one in that set was this little sewing pouch. It's so cute. It's got a snap on it and a little jingle bell there. And when you open it up, it's got a little place for your needles. It's actually got 2 little leaves here. And then there's also a little pocket. And I have a pair of scissors in there so I can always find them. And what's nice is that when you fold this up, your scissors can't fall out. I love that. And I just stitched a little velvet ribbon there and use some cording for the handle. And I just really love having these out every year. They make me so happy. I forgot to mention at the retreat, we also made little pin cushions. So I brought the materials, and I was so nervous about this. I wasn't sure, you know, some stitchers like to do crafts. Others absolutely abhor it. So I wasn't sure how this would be received, but they all seemed to have a blast and really enjoyed making this little pin cushion. So I think I might continue having a small little make and take that we do at retreats. I thought this was really fun. So this is my cocoa mug, but they did them in Santa mugs. So we did the same thing, and we made little marshmallow. These are pins, and we made little marshmallow pins and the whipped cream, and it was really fun. I enjoy crafting with, 80 of my closest friends. Before I leave you, I just wanted to share a couple things I got in the mail today, not Stitchy related, but I know a lot of you like it when I share recipes. But the 2 books I got today, this one is a solid 10 out of 10. I bought this on Amazon. I don't remember how much it is, but I will link it below. It's absolutely fabulous. There are so many desserts, cookies, everything is in here. It is beautifully illustrated. Let me just show you the first page. Oh, this would make a wonderful gift. My son really likes to cook and bake. In fact, hopefully, I'm sure he's not watching, but I bought him Julia Child's The Art of French Cooking, the whole box set. I bought him that for Christmas, and I think I'm going to order another one of these because he does really enjoy baking as well. He's phenomenal. He spent a lot of time. He was always on a chair next to the stove during making dinner and things like that. So he's just always been one to, he cooked us dinner a lot in high school, probably more times than I did a week. It was just fantastic. But this book is beautifully illustrated and it's got wonderful pictures and the recipes really look amazing. It's just top notch. Coffee, cardamom, monkey bread. That sounds delicious. And it has a lot of photos giving you kind of step-by-step instructions on how to do some of the more complicated things. This would be a absolutely beautiful gift. Frozen bonbons. Yes, please. There's peanut butter cups in here, pie dough, caramel candies, triple chocolate. There's the peanut butter cups. I mean, it's just a really fun book. And if you like to bake for the holidays, I know that my friend Barb from Lost and Floss needs this book. She doesn't need it because she's a fabulous baker and she always brings us treats. But I feel like this one would be right up your alley, Barb. The other one I have, now that I'm an empty nester, I bought Baking for Two. I love America's Test Kitchen. By the way, I would give this a solid 10 out of 10. This one I give a 9 out of 10 just because some of them have, like, the cookies are like 12, which is, I mean, we're going to eat all 12 when I make them. But it's really solid, small recipes if you are also an empty nester. And I have a lot of America's Test Kitchen books, and they are tried into recipes, and everything I make out of a America's Test Kitchen book comes out phenomenal. Neither one of these, I mean, this is a big solid book, and I don't think it was super expensive, but also would make a great book for the bakers in your life, or if you know someone who is an empty nester who likes to bake like me and doesn't anymore because the recipes are gargantuan and we would gobble it all down. This might also be a book for you. So that's all I have for you. And I really enjoyed spending time with you today. And you should see those shipping notices for Peace on Earth. And so let's plan on starting November, let's say November 15th. Thanks so much for spending time with me today, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.